name is Abby Maloney, and this is Invest Insights, where we interview thought leaders who are shaping our communities today. In today's episode, I speak with Travis Rhodes, the Regional President for the Delaware and Lehigh Valley regions for Truist Bank. Travis, 2020 has brought us a banking year like none other. Can you give us your observations on lending activity this cycle?
Of course, it's challenged. You have a lot of companies that are suffering as a result of some of the things that have been happening with COVID. But during that time period, as you know, there's a need for banks to rally around their clients and figure out how to help them through this. So, if you're looking at just a broad base, what is going on with lending, I would say it's definitely been suppressed as a result of COVID. But there have been opportunities for banks to truly rally around their clients and to help press them forward and find ways to make it through from where we are today, and then ultimately where they need to be, as they come out of COVID. There's some industries that have worked and have really been able to expand during this time. So there are the winners and the losers. Some businesses have really done very well in the midst of COVID, and there's good opportunities for banks to expand those relationships. Others, as you know, it has been more of a Band-Aid to help them through a tough time.
There was much frustration on the side of the banks and the business owners during the initial rollout of the Payment Protection Program and other stimulus measures. Has this general feeling of frustration subsided, and what are you anticipating for the impending forgiveness process?
Question. So I think what we experienced during the time frame of PPP when it rolled out, it was an unprecedented time within our country, within our businesses in the last century. Business owners and people in general, for that matter, were scared. And I think that their world, as it was turned upside down, the economy had closed as a result of COVID. It ultimately created a fear and uncertainty there. And so the frustrations were running and the tensions were running high. We were all facing the challenges of our lives. The SBA was building one of the largest stimulus packages in history on the fly. Banks were adapting to their FAQs by the hour as they were coming out. And then ultimately, as a result of that, what we saw that also then bled into the PPP process. Within our organization, we had people that were committed to those they served. At one point, we had teammates who slept a total of 6 hours in a 72-hour time frame because ultimately they knew that the lives that they were working with depended upon our ability to get that out. So the care and dedication that I saw in this was humbling. Do I think that there will be challenges during the forgiveness process? Absolutely. I think there's going to be that. I mean, we saw that in the PPP process. It was evolving on the fly. The good thing, though, is that these are not insurmountable, and there has been more time for banks to deal with what is going to be going on with the forgiveness process, so there's a better timeline. And as a result of that, I think the frustrations will be a lot less. Are all the FAQs out yet? No, they're not. We're going to have to deal with those as they come. But again, when you step back and you look at what was happening during that PPP process, how it was evolving, how banks were adapting during that process, and then take that also in light of the fear and the challenges that were being faced on Main Street. At the end of the day, I think that broadly as an industry, we did a pretty good job in that PPP process. Again, forgiveness is going to have its bumps in the roads, but I think that we had a lot more lead time on this than we did the actual building of the PPP program.
BB&T has merged with SunTrust to create Truist Bank, and while BB&T has a strong name in the greater Philadelphia region, Truist is relatively new. What has it been like rolling out a new brand during a pandemic?
Yeah, we're lucky here. The Delaware Valley, Lehigh Valley region has had a very different experience than many within the merger of Truist. We did not have any overlapping SunTrust bankers here, so we were a legacy BB&T region. So we're going to continue with that BB&T brand through 2021 or 2022, early 2022. However, what has changed in this market is our capabilities. The merger has afforded us an expanded product suite. My direction and encouragement to our bankers is to be more active in connecting with their clients and future clients than ever before. I think that in times like this, where there's a lot of disruption, many organizations become introspective. We've chosen the exact opposite. During the time of COVID, when people are separated by necessity, it becomes even more important to stay connected. The more we can touch our clients and future clients, understand the challenges they are facing, and find ways to help them move through these unprecedented times, ultimately is going to form a deeper level of intimate relationships. These relationships will not be easily broken. You've heard the old saying is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Our brand is built on that. I mean, our very purpose statement is to inspire and build better lives and communities. And as this purpose statement of Truist is embodied by competent professional bankers, the brand will then follow. And so, as far as direct advertising or rolling out a new brand, we're not there today, but ultimately we embody that purpose, is to inspire and build better lives and communities, which ultimately is the very foundation and bedrock of what Truist is all about.
Travis, tell us a little bit more about digital transformation. Many trends such as consolidation of retail branches and online onboarding of new accounts have been accelerated due to the pandemic. How are you balancing ways to streamline your onboarding processes with necessary safeguards to protect your ecosystems and account owners?
Again, something that's very near and dear to our heart. Truist has a concept of T3. It's one of our core strategies going forward. We believe that there's a combination of touch, technology, and trust that will define the financial services industry going forward. In fact, it's one of the core drivers of our merger between BB&T and SunTrust in creating the ability to invest deeply into technology, marrying that with a high touch. I mean, we've got a community banking model where decisions are made very close to our clients to build those long-lasting, intimate trust within our clients that I spoke about earlier. In fact, we just started a new company called Truist Ventures as an investment arm of our organization to invest into disruptive financial service technology, ultimately to provide the best-in-class products and services to our clients. So again, it is a deep investment into technology as we stay connected at a community bank level with our clients through our community banking model.
As you've mentioned, we are not out of the woods yet. And as we think about economic recovery and the other side of this pandemic, what are your main concerns for Truist Bank, for the banking sector overall, and what are the measures we need to take to safeguard ourselves for a soft landing?
Again, we're all operating in a new world, in a new normal. Our clients are having to reinvent themselves at times. They're having to figure out how to work from remote locations. They're trying to figure out how to continue to do business in a world that is very, very different. So, when I'm looking at our local economy, my heart goes out to our clients that are more retail in nature, that have to depend upon somebody coming in and sitting at a table with 50% occupancy, and knowing that there's probably an occupancy level higher than that ultimately is going to need them to break even. I am very, very concerned about how that is going to be impacted, how they're going to recover in that. But I also am very encouraged by how our country, how our communities, ultimately how our business owners are able to adapt in the face of some of the greatest challenges. I mean, what we've had to do, we've had to embrace different technology that we've never had to embrace before. One of the things that I love more than anything is sitting across the table from a business owner or a client to be able to talk to them and understand what it is. Now we've got the Hollywood Squares, right? We are connected still in a way that we're embracing new ways of doing business that are actually propelling us faster than what a natural progression would have done. I think that that's very encouraging. I think that even as our business owners figure out how to adapt in a new world with a revenue base that might be leaner than what they've been able to do, it just gives me a lot of encouragement and just the fortitude and the willpower of how companies continue to move themselves forward. I think we're going to be better on the backside of this than we were even going in on the front side. There's a lot of pain that goes along in growth sometimes, but I've not lost hope, and it's something that I think that will continue to adapt moving forward.
Travis, your words really ring true. And, I think about this year, and one word that comes up over and over again is resilience, and all the challenges that business people and politicians and everyone has been faced with has been immense. And I think it's an important discussion to have. And so I wanted to ask you, what have the past number of months taught you about resilience?
Yeah, I will say I am just amazed and blown away by the strength of the human spirit. I am continuously taken back by how people are able to adapt to some of the hardest situations that they've ever had to face. And what I've loved and what I've seen is I've also seen how people rally around each other. So when you think about resilience and you think about how, also known as grit, right? I think that's another word that we can use for resilience is that we are as you can tell, this is a Southern accent that is living in Philadelphia right now. And that's one of the things that I love about our area here is that it is a resilient, gritty place that people are able and willing to take hard situations, figure them out, understand it, and then make the best of it. Adapt to the environment that we're in. So what has all this taught me about resilience is that ultimately you just got to keep taking one step forward. Sometimes when we're in a forest, and as I tell our leadership team, is that you don't see the total forest, but what you can do is you can take the next step. And as you take that next step forward and you move that next step forward and then take the next and take the next, eventually you will come out of the forest. But if you lose the hope to take the next step and you lose the will to take the next step, then you're going to be stuck. And what I've seen is time and time again, people that take that next step, they might not see the whole picture. They might not understand the totality of how this pandemic has impacted us, the economic shutdown. But you know what? They're taking the next step. They're learning to close off streets. They're learning how to eat outdoors. They're learning how to adapt to the world that we have, and they're making it. Some aren't, and for those we have a lot of compassion, but some are, and that's something that gives me hope. And to me, it's a testament to the resilience of our economy, a testament to the entrepreneurial nature of our country, and it's something that I wish we didn't have to go through it, but there's a lot of hope that comes out of it.
Well, thank you again. That was Travis Rhodes, the Regional President for the Delaware and Lehigh Valley regions for Truist Bank. My name is Abby Maloney, and you've been watching Invest Insights. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey everyone, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on the latest business trends from our knowledgeable experts. Be sure to check out the description below for more information on the segment you just watched. Thanks for tuning in.